one of our great products, which is our coconut and Manoy souffle. All right? We see three totally distinct textures here, and we can use this product on all three of them, and that's what I wanted to show you. So here, if you came by our booth, you saw that Cindy had a finger coil. So let me turn her around. We started taking them loose. She got a finger coil set, and she was really excited because she didn't even know that her hair could coil. Had a couple of people ask me about the coils, and if you have a consistent curl pattern from root to tip, you can do a finger coil, all right? And basically, it's just simply taking a piece of hair and actually just swirling it around your finger. So of course, this is going to take some time. You might as well get on your watch day, do it while you're looking at TV. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to do a bricklaying method, meaning that you don't want to lay the parts right on top of one another, so you want to skip every other one. But this right here, this style will last her at least a good 2 weeks. I talked about how it's going to last. She's going to use her souffle. Take a little bit on your fingers, and if she started getting any kind of frizz, this is how you take them down too. I just rub it in my fingertips like this. I get one of the coils that have not been taken apart. I'll run it along the whole coil, and then I will pull the coil apart, and I'm really just twirling it and pulling it, twirl and pull. And that way I can take one coil and actually make it into 5 little curls, or even more curls. But the key is to not pull it apart from here. I'm gonna pull it apart from the base with the souffle on my fingers, and then allow it to spread along the hair shaft to the end so that she has a perfect coil. So look, it's really soft too. So I'm gonna let her, I want her to walk around so you guys can feel her hair. She was actually, I talked about my 5-step process in the beginning. She was actually cleansed with the almond and avocado moisturizing and conditioning shampoo and the conditioner. We also followed up with the leave-in, almond and avocado leave-in, and then she actually had a combination of the Twist and Set ready to use setting lotion with our mousse, Curl Enhancing Mousse, because of her texture. So she's a 4B, she needs a little bit more hold and definition, so the mousse alone wouldn't work for her. So I mixed those two together, and then you see that she has a medium hold, but I can take these curls and just play with them. And you see they fall right back, and she has great sheen. And then she can, like I said, have this style for at least a good 2 weeks. And at night, she can just take them all up at one. And since her hair is a little short, I remember the lady asked earlier, I could take 2 and pineapple and pull it up, put a bonnet on it, let her sleep. Then in the morning, all she has to do is just let it loose, shake it like she did. Shake, shake, shake. Because some of them will go back onto themselves. All you have to do is just take another one, take a little bit of souffle, run it along the whole curl, go at the base, use my finger, slide it up, use my finger, slide it up. And that helps me to eliminate frizz. Nicole is really 3B, 3C. Very long, beautiful hair. And what I loved about Nicole is that Nicole wasn't afraid to get a trim. Now Nicole is one of our curly girls that does wear her hair straight a lot. She really wears it straight a lot. So with her, I talked about one of 2 things. Remember earlier I talked about clipping it or cutting it in the shape that it's in when you're wearing it curly, but because she wears her hair straight, majority of the time, she got a trim and I could see everything that she was working with. But the key to make it look great while she had it in her curly form was that I did a point cutting technique so it wouldn't be blunt, okay? So she had a wash and go. I used the almond and avocado shampoo, conditioner, and leave-in on her as well. But then she went in and I actually did a rake and shake method with the curl enhancing mousse. And she told me that she usually has issues with having a lot of frizz on this side of her hair. But what I know and what I talked about with her is that you have to make sure that you distribute the product evenly throughout the hair. If you don't, you're gonna have those areas that are going to be frizzy. It's gonna be beautiful here, but then by the end of the day, it's blowing up here, it's pretty over here. So what I did for her wash and go, you wanna go in and start with horizontal parting down at the nape, and I applied the curl enhancing mousse to her hair in horizontal sections all the way through her hair. And you want to make sure that you cover every single strand of her hair, root to tip, with the product. So whether that is you apply the mousse and you use your hands, I call it like my little lion, that I do it like this throughout, shake it and let it bounce up on its own. For my tighter or coilier textures, you can also do that with a hard rubber brush and start from the ends and just distribute that product through with that as well, and then allow the curls to draw back up. Now, all I did for her maintenance last night, you may have seen her, she set it and let it dry some, and then we just pulled it all up softly, and then we pinned it. We did it with a little scrunchie that wasn't going to cause any bends in her hair, and then she's ready to go. But this is a beautiful second day wash and go because I didn't even do anything but just do the set. Now, for you guys that have your problems with the frizz, the key is to allow it to dry in the set. That's what I kept telling her. Let it dry in the set completely, and when you do, this is what you get, because the next day I can go back in and I can break it up. I can make it big as I want to, but even as I'm making it bigger, I'm still not getting frizz, am I? It still has a lot of definition. So once again, with my souffle, I can use my souffle on her hair. But the way I'm gonna apply it onto her hair is I'm gonna put it in my hand. So this is probably a 5 ring. See? And I'm going to rub it in my hands like this, and then I'm just going to place it in her hair like this. So she doesn't need a ton of it, but I still want to make sure that I maintain moisture and sheen. So here, running it through, and when I run it through, loosen them up. Because you know you want that big hair kind of like the first day, right? And then she, with her having the length, she's not going to really get the fullness, the wide fullness, unless I put layers in, because we talked about that too. Okay, now flip it back. Okay. Now look at how gorgeous that is. Right? She still has definition. I did all that manipulation, but she still has a lot of definition and a lot of shine. I'm going to put a little bit more love on the end. Same thing. Always do this. Rub it in good. Don't take the shampoo and pour it like this. Our shampoos are very highly concentrated. Conditioner is highly concentrated. You need to start with a 5 gram size. Rub it in well, and then put it on your hair. And then when you're in the shower, do your hair in the same direction with your fingers like this. Okay? And when you do that, you'll get the tangles out too. So you see how I'm just loving on these ends just a little bit more with the souffle? So you have your foil, right? And I kind of scrunch it together like this, and then just rub it together, and this becomes your roller, okay? This is your roller. You take the section, I'll take one. Take the section of hair, roll it up, roll it over, roll it, roll it, roll it, then go around in a circle, and you got a little Bantu knot almost. Look, that looks like a foul, right? Let it dry completely before you take them out. And this is a heat conductor, so it's going to dry quicker. It's not going to take so long to dry because you hate sitting under the dryer anyway, right? But then there you go. This is the set that you get from this.
What you said earlier, just about I straighten my hair quite a lot, so there is a lot of heat damage, and then when I wear it natural, there's a lot of frizz as well. So some of the products that you used on me, definitely I found today that there's none of that frizz that was there before. And the curls are a lot more defined as well, which is what I would find wouldn't happen previously, because it would just kind of disintegrate and become frizzy, and then I would resort to straightening it. Yeah.
So really, some of that frizz too, guys, comes from lack of moisture. So as I spoke about earlier, make sure that you take and use your conditioner and really massage them in and work them in from those ends, working your way up. Because this hair here, I mean, her hair really, you see how it's way down here.
And we cut it yesterday as well.
And we cut about this much off. I mean, it was down here. So the thing is, you have to keep it moisturized because this hair is really old. And sometimes we don't love on it as much as we do for the hair. It's old hair.
It's mature.
Okay. So according to a half an inch of a month is about how much hair growth you have naturally, right? Quarter to a half an inch, depends on the person. So if it's a quarter to a half an inch, that means that's only about this much a month. So if that's this much a month, then look how long this hair has been growing, okay? So you really have to make sure you take care of these tresses because that's all you got unless you want to cut them off.
For me, it was that I really suck at doing flexi dots. So, no, really, I suck at doing flexi dots. They just won't stay in my hair, and I have so much hair, and flexi dots are really expensive. So, when I saw this styling technique, I thought, like, why would I put foil in my hair? And I thought it was going to be really hot in the dryer, but it set really nicely. It was easy to sleep with. I slept with it overnight, and it didn't like come loose. I woke up and I didn't do anything to it, and it was still quite tight in my hair. And I like the little Sandy from Greece look.
So my products is coconut and manoi. So is manoi like an oil that I don't know. I want to know what manoi is about.
Basically, your oils, coconut, and your oils that are just going to penetrate your hair. We all try to find whether it's coconut oil, sunflower oil, manoi oil, all of these different things we found that they're healthy for the hair. So basically, that is the choice that we use for our line, that is going to give you supreme moisture and hydration because the coconut and manoi line is designed for dry, earthy hair. And it says it on there, dry, thirsty hair. So that's really what it is. So it can actually moisturize really dry hair.
So I've got a combination of hair, but I love wearing my hair in afro. So 9 months ago, I birthed a beautiful young boy, and yes, I'm not objective, I'm a mom, so my boy is the most prettiest boy ever. But then all of a sudden, I went grey. And yes, so I don't know if it's age or whether it's the hormone, so how can I maneuver and manipulate my grey hair?
Okay, so grays they're our friend because all of my purple is gray, okay? All of this purple, that's gray hair, white hair, all right? So dealing with gray hair, sometimes it can be unruly. It's wiry, it has a mind of its own. But that's just what gray hair is. Basically, it's right there around your hairline. Then you might want to lay it down. You have some Honey and Shea edge tamer. You can kind of use that edge tamer to kind of smooth around your hairline. We also have one from our coconut oil that you'll get soon. But the Honey and Shea edge tamer will actually help lay those down really well. And one trick that we use, I use this actually for photo shoot, is we have, you know how we have a soft, medium, and hard toothbrush? Get a hard toothbrush. So you smooth it in your hands first, like this. Notice everything I'm saying, rub or smooth. Smooth it in your hands first, then you would take it and kind of lay it on the hair, but kind of rub it through. And then I'll take my toothbrush, and those bristles are hard and they're very close together, and I'll brush and smooth it down, and it'll lay down very nicely without any flaking.
What's the best product in your range for frizz?
So the best thing for frizz, you gotta see what's causing the frizz. One, frizz is really gonna start with we have a lack of moisture, okay? So just like I said, make sure that you moisturize really well with your conditioners because that's the moisture process starts from the shampoo. So shampoo first, then moisturize, then put a leave-in in. And the thing is, be liberal with the leave-in. Some people think, I told them, they saw how much leave-in I put in their hair and they were like, wow. But be liberal with it, and I see you have some color in your hair too. Work those in, because that's where you're gonna get the frizz. Your hair is frizzing because it's seeking moisture from the air. What you do is just make sure that you layer your products. The leave-in is key, then you don't have to use as much styling. And then allow it to completely dry with your natural curls, then break them up.
For having done Brazilians for quite a while, when your hair is growing out for the last bit, especially when it's much longer, how you can get the curl in at the bottom, because obviously.
Right, that's a great question. So for any transitioning because everybody's not going to be willing to do the big chop, right? Because they're trying to hold on to that hang time I'm talking about. All right, if you're not willing to do one as you transition, you do need to keep trimming though. You need to keep trimming as you're transitioning because that's the closer you'll get to having your curls. But you're gonna have to manipulate the curls to marry them to make them look the same. So if half of her hair was curly and then these ends are straight, that's when I'm gonna go into my techniques with either my bendy or flexi rods. You can use your foil at home, really easy. Like I wanted to show you guys, it's very practical and easy to do. Or perm rods, or you can do a 2-strand twist or braid out. So if you do the braid out and you do 2-strand twist, then it's going to give the illusion that your hair is the same texture all the way through until you get through that phase.